Alright, I guess we're starting without them, because neither of them have explained their disappearance for the last 20 minutes. I'm going to be playing Seeker for the first time. This is actually my primary main, and I've kind of been sandbagging on Pilot for the last bit, so we'll see how I do on a Survivor I actually know how to play decently, and admittedly is also OP. That probably helps. So let me make sure my Discord notifications aren't showing up on stream, and I've got my YouTube mobile. Okay, it's all working well. A very good first item. A stark contrast to the integrated strategies runs earlier. Well, we can switch that out for a gasoline or a focus crystal, whatever was in that one. Also, feel free to tell me how the game audio is in terms of hearability to the people in chat. I turned it down a bit back so I could better pay attention when I was using it to stim during D&D, so it might be, what's it called, too quiet for you guys. If that's the case, just tell me and I'd be happy to correct it for your viewing pleasure. Keen to keep the Topaz Brooch at least until I'm higher level. Focus crystals, that's good. And we're going to be trying to do all 5 bosses in one run, which means False Sun into Soulless Wing, into Soulless Heart, into Mithrix, into Voidling. We'll be using the non-RNG method rather than where if you sit long enough in the aftermath of the False Sun fight, it's like 40 seconds, probably not more. The virtual portal will open so you can get to the Conduit Canyon. I would say the Polyloot start is big. grab that and scrap it. And do we have another chest we can... I don't think we have access to a chest, unfortunately. Too many drones eating the credits. Not bad. Seeker has some decent health scaling in her survivability moves, since the barrier and healing all scale off of her max HP. It's not full sun levels of what's it called, bonus health directly being a damage item, but it's still pretty handy for a survivor who needs to get right into the fray. You get some nice multiplicative returns on all that health you're investing in. And sorry again about both the delay and the fact that I ended up effectively falsely advertising, since I've been talking about this being a stream with friends, and we had it planned as far back as Sunday. Oh well. I'm sure they didn't mean it, but that worries me more, because that means two of my friends just up and disappeared and could be hurt or something. And that sucks. I'm not enjoying thinking about that, so I'm going to try and change the subject a little. To see how chat was coming up. Everyone was sending it in chat and got stuck in the geometry. Oh, that's very good. We don't have it. We only really have burn as additional debuffs right now, but Seeker has her own built-in slow from her primary, so that puts us halfway towards getting Deathmark procced at the moment. Something to use the Sail Star on next time for guaranteed greens, although we got greens anyway this time. Oh well. I'm not sure how I feel about the temporary item dispensers, because I really don't like them as a concept. I think they're better than they were in Returns, it feels like, but they still just feel really bad, and seeing like 3 of them eating your credits on a stage is garbage. It's a small thing. I just worried slightly about how to interact with it. Okay, that's our 3rd debuff, potentially 4th, I think. I think if you who have 3 debuffs on the enemy, and one of them is Shattering Justice building up. Actually, triggering Shattering Justice will proc Deathmark, because I think there's like a brief overlap where both debuffs are on the enemy. I might be wrong, or that might not be the case anymore. Feel free to correct me on that if you have any further knowledge. Also, my middle mouse button is busted again. It started working for a bit and then decided not to sometime this morning, which is confusing me a bit. Oh, ATG. Another knurl is... Okay, let's hope we find a yellow opening that's nice, but the ATG is very welcome. At this point, I'm hoping I can get my hands on a Deus Ex Machina so I can have a need a guarantee a hit proc chain between the lens, the polyloop, and the ATG. But actually, can lens and ATG still infinitely proc off one another? Because if so, we have the potential to do some really nasty things. I'm amazed that the infusion hasn't run out of room to stack it. Like, I keep thinking, okay, surely I won't see any more red orbs, and then the red orbs in question. Do we have a Deus Ex Machina anywhere? No. Although, given I've got no crit, that, what's it called, Ocular HUD may be a welcome choice. Yeah, I'm going to grab the Eclipse Zero real quick. I very much like the extra barrier, especially on a survivor who's as cooldown centric as Seeker. Also gotta keep an eye on the Unipods. Some mad part of me is saying to hit the equipment barrel and see if I can find my, what's it called, Deus Ex Machina. Ooh. Pop the Sail Star here. Oh, that's I mean, the bandolier is useful. Long-standing solitude. Yeah, I'm thinking actually, let's get a few free purchases. We'll spend those and we'll chuck it in at the end of the stage. Like that. Very much like that. Yeah, the extra long-standing Solitude XP is very nice for just being able to stat check bosses as Seeker, or as anyone generally, but Seeker's really one of the survivors who can just do it best, since he already wants to be playing at a bit of a stat advantage due to being balanced around, what's it called, Tranquility. Well, let's hope there's a lot of chance shrines on Conduit Canyon, otherwise that is terribly unfortunate. I'm just going to turn up the volume here because this is my one of my favorite what's it called, map themes. Good news is we've been making excellent time, so you can probably afford to be a little gluttonous here. doing this over here. Hoping one of these has like a roll of pennies, because long-standing solitude gets really good when you actually get pennies and like gold outside of just standard killing. I'm just thinking of the jokes about someone trying to tell you that don't worry, One Piece gets really good after the 500-somethingth episode. I'm the guy from that meme now, aren't I? Don't worry, long-standing solitude gets good after like the 308th roll of pennies. It totally didn't brick my first run of the new deal. See, just through being unable to progress through stages at a reasonable rate. I swear long-standing solitude isn't awful. I wonder how long it'll be until they release a survivor who interacts with me in some special way. Like, my first thought is that one minor mod for Risk of Rain 2 specifically, where he's got a gold rush mechanic, but I don't know, it feels like it's a interesting angle they could go for a survivor gimmick. And I do like how much, Gearbox has been fiddling around with weird survivor gimmicks, with the operator, and their really nice drifter revamp for Risk of Rain 2. I'm glad she's strong in this one, because in Returns she felt really bad due to being one of the only melee survivors with no defensive steroid iframes or anything, so you needed good items or you just fell behind on account of having a thing that didn't really function. The hope was you got good items through your special, but it didn't, at least to me it didn't feel very satisfying to do. Hey, we got another viewer in chat. How are ya? are going to be economically temple seeker. So there's 6 interactables left. Do we spend time going for the first 6 levels to get there, or do we cleanse the long-standing solitude and just get the money we need from the teleporter? Personally, I'm kind of keen to stick around since the long-standing solitude is getting really nice long-term bonuses that are also going to be very handy during the Soulless Heart fight, right, in case we have any bad interaction with the ground. Do that one, and then yeah, we are gonna just cleanse the long-standing solitude and start making money the normal way. Devil on my shoulder, it's speaking, and it says we keep the long-standing solitude. No, it's just, it's 3 levels for doing what you were already doing. And you get to keep committing violence too. my weak will. My way will not change how I play. We're already almost at level 25. We're just a little more long-standing Solitude Max, and I swear it'll have I swear it has no negative repercussions on my mental well-being. I swear I'm not a level gremlin who's going to also hold on to it throughout the boss fight, right, in case I get some extra, what's called, an extra level or two out of it. And then when I scrap it, I'm pretty sure, or when I cleanse it that way, I'm pretty sure that an extra purchase will linger, or link me into the fight over it, well, into the climb up the Prime Meridian. We've only been here over 10 minutes. I don't know if a macro heavy player would love or hate the decision that have led me to this location. All I know is that the long-standing Solitude is happy, and therefore I am happy. So you see, in the end, all of this time wasting was actually just time saving if you look at it from the right angle and don't think too hard. Let's see, I'm figuring it's going to be a regular throw, yep. Still, that's 1500 HP on Seeker at 36 minutes. Plus, what's it called? A Topaz Brooch, Seeker's usual barrier, and all of the barrier from the 2 Eclipse Lights. I'm going to be really unkillable. Oh, yep, see, it was worth it. Every negative decision that brought us here, all worth it for the Clover. I think this is going to be my first ever chance to actually craft the Ultimate Hero. I've heard great things about it, and I've never gotten the chance to make one. Land a hit, and I heal 1 hit point from my 1,412, soon to be 1,500 when I get to full Transcendence stats health. Less than 0.1%. Clearly this is worthy of green item status. We're still on level with the monsters at almost 40 minutes, and since time's not passing here, or I might be able to secure like a whole extra level, I'll be at 28 with them when I get to Conduit Canyon. I'm pretty sure there's one in the contest. Yeah, there it is, yep. Oh, that's very nice. That's very nice. Such good red items that I actually don't know which one I'm going to want to, assuming any of these can be used to make the ultimate meal. I don't know which one I'll be willing to sacrifice. I think I'm going to work out for the extra debuff I can apply. Alright, I've seen enough. Into the tornado. I wonder how he does against fall damage. I wonder if I can just bait him into jumping and falling. Looks like he's got alright, phase comes down. There's a fun trick you can do, similar to the Mythric's phase 4 skip. It doesn't full-on skip the phase for False Sun, but it lets you make a few things. Namely, you get better cover for the laser, and you also get to avoid the reinforced instances. You know you've done it right when he's got a yellow health bar and there's no indicator at the top. Anyway, so it applies the debuff, but it cleanses it automatically because it thinks that he's dead and it doesn't want to stop the enemy with it until the killer 3. So, it won't do that on subsequent instances, so do keep in mind where the geodes are if you cannot just one second this time. But if you can, well, it's providing you, it's letting you ignore that first one, and it's providing you better cover. Oh, yes! Now, once you interact with this, you've got about 30 seconds to wait or so before a virtual portal appears. I'm not going to keep count, but if someone, an eagle-eyed, wants to check the Dorado time stamps since I pressed the thing and the virtual portal appears, they're welcome to. There we are. 20 to 30 seconds it feels like, at least to me. We did not unfortunately get a level up during all that, but still, we'll be coming out of that with 3 new red items that are all very good ones. I don't think I can complain about not having also gotten a level. Those are never consistent. We've got a sales star, so I am thinking that I, what's it called? I go for the red chest. Oh, that's a hiker's boot. If I can find a scrapper, I'm gonna turn I'm at least gonna turn my fungus and fireworks into hiker's boots, because that's just a very nice skill for anyone, especially a survivor who usually get into the air through multiple methods and leave behind a multi-hit damage over time effect to stack and damage. Definitely enough money for the legendary chest at this time. Right, what are we looking at? What are we looking at? Okay, neither are particularly great, but after last stage, I don't think I can wholeheartedly complain about anything. And it keeps, what's it called? It keeps dropping those movements. Well, the government doesn't want you to know this, but at those movement speed boosters, they're free. As long as you don't pick them up, they keep dropping. I had 65 in a run once. I'll retrieve this shrine. Also in the name of speed maxing for stages, you can skip, what's it called, paying 3 of them. The ones you end up getting by just flying up here real quick. Next item, right now I'd say the next item is Noxious Thorn. That's what we want, because we want to be able to spread all these Scorpion and Justice stacks to other enemies. Also, that really adds to the lineup of debuffs we can apply and basically guarantee use a full death mark on anything. Okay, I'm definitely going to grab one for the question mark. Because there's the non-zero chance that is either A, hopefully a Deus Ex Machina, or possibly just something else still handy like a Okay, unfortunately not, but still we can stack, or we can collect basically infinite of them with just a little bit of patience. And there's a hiker's boot. The promised scrapper. So it's going to get us to 81 crit chance, 180% decreased crit damage, or 280% crit damage, depending on how you want to math that out. And there's a tri-tip printer, dear God. Seeker likes probably. Yeah, I think Seeker likes, what's it called, hiker's boots more than triceps, so that'll be the priority here. Anyway, since I'm no longer going to be needing crit, I'll grab that. See if we can get our hands on hopefully other items that we don't particularly care to keep. I frankly kind of don't want to what's called Chronic Expansion, but I also recognize that it is genuinely great. I want to think, oh, it's too unreliable, but no, it stacks like hell, especially now that you just need to hit things for it to not fall off. That is, at the very least, good to hold on to until the end of the stage. Probably longer though. Case in point. Okay, well that's still plenty scrapped, but... more scrap. One more and one more so that we can start this, but let's still harvest harvest the sentry keys from any further elites that spawn during the boss fight. Right through the chest. I never noticed how metal the death animation for Alloy Hunter is. I didn't think that much. Okay, that's very nice. I don't know if there's any chests left, but let's do a quick sweep by maybe some more of the elites spawn and we can get a few more guaranteed movement speed boosting items. Nothing here. If I had some fireworks, I'd probably have printed some, what they call it, sticky bombs, just since I could turn those into AVPs, and that's a really nice spending. But since I can't, more hiker's boots it is. Chest. Most likely it's just that if I can, if there's a good green printer, I can scrap the drones later. I normally really don't like picking up drones because they just, at best, well, part of it's muscle memory from your alloy collecting, but also I just feel like they're stealing thunder a bit. Unless you're like a dedicated summon character, they're, at least for me, not very appealing to use. And even then, Engineer I don't particularly enjoy using them on, since in his case the summons are the turrets. It's largely only Captain and Operator that I care to use them on. Wow. Spite me, I guess. And we'll grab this one for similar reasons. Oh, I am hearing that apparently one of my friends who didn't respond is sick. That explains it. No clue on the other one. Hopefully not also sick, given that would suck. And also the first one I'd already been. I forgot to grab hiker's boots. Last thing before I go is I reroll the other Molotov 6-pack. Maybe, just maybe, there will be an equipment that I want to carry around. You know what? No, actually, no. It feels a bit too early, or too late in the run for the executive card to really shine. Just gonna use the restroom real quick. I'll be right back. Before I go, I'm just what's it called, resizing in risk of rain into here. If it'll. Is that no? That's not it. Forget it. Back to dude. I'll just do the be right back thing. I'll be now. I will return. Alright, I'm back. Let's, there we go. Since we've leveled up. Long-standing solitude is one hell of a drug. If I can choose which one to sacrifice with 57 Leaf Clover, it's probably the Raincoat or Bottled Chaos. Either of those are valid options. Bottled Chaos especially, I just don't know. And then sending more of this straight to go. And remember, even after you've unlocked this, you can go over here if you want to make use of your Sail Star, and you're losing 50 armor for it effectively, but you get this, which... Oh. I wonder again that gives me a... this has been a very nice compliment. And there's also a cloaked chest over here. I don't think spawns on this stage. At least if it does, I don't think I've ever spawned. I'm just leaving the other click speed because I don't really have an interest in playing around with a bunch of drones. Seeker is more than overpowered enough already on its own. Now we got the equivalent of 3 green scrap, 2 red scrap, and a white scrap. So also we've got 1 green scrap and 1 red scrap. So what is the... I really don't think I need to go that much razor wire, but... let's combine the 2 again so we can do that. The Regan swap. This is going to be enough to get a red item and 6 white items on the moon, potentially if I can find a suitable suit. As for the white scrap, really not much I can do with 1 white scrap, unless I find a good painter next stage, or have the chance to scrap more stuff to then put on the moon. First things first, let's just use the key to do that. Right. Okay, I can do it with Vault of Chaos. With the amount of barrier that Seeker can gather, hopefully that's a good sign. Maybe... that's... do that, but I think I like that. Either's great. I think I've only got 1 of these, so... okay, I've only got 1 death mark, but on the other hand, better cooldowns on Seeker is very nice. To anyone viewing, feel free to weigh in on this dilemma. Specs, because that's going to just completely extend this run, and I gotta make dinner afterwards, so I'm not doing that. We're instead going to rush for options. Now, a smart man would properly gather a set Axe of Tranquility before facing the boss. Do you want to know what I want? Pretty sure it'll start any second now. By the hell of it. Hey, I managed to get the inputs off before the boss fight started, so that's 1 more tranquility stack for what it's worth. Although For the most part, I found this boss, you don't even want to bother hitting him so much as you're aiming at his projectiles, because when those are destroyed, those hit him back, and they block your own kills, which can result in a really nasty chain reaction. Did not hit that much, and yet he is taking the full brunt of it. Good to note. Ultimate Meal does not care about shields, just care about activation either. It means, you know what? Transcendence in interactions. I'm sure this is safe information to agree with. Oh, that was remarkably quick. I swear, officer, all I did was tap his projectiles. Sir, he has a collapsed lung. A lung is a projectile. This is going to be the way I deny his offer this time. No. Fucking I see the Also, if you're interested, the either his logbook or the location logbook is right over there. And yeah, the Void Portal got moved there to be a little less prominent, which I like. That's a good change, and I didn't notice the logbook until after the change, but I'm pretty sure it was always there. Even though I have no crit glasses, that's basically just a free chance to Steve Jobs someone at no real detriment to my build, since I have no need for further chance at this point. This would have been handy. Oh hey, my middle mouse button is working now. It's ridiculous. It's on a whim. Purely on a whim. At least put the weekend strap to work there. Now, there's no way in hell this goes off the end. Okay, good. We now have two Steve Jobs. It's so sad that Steve Jobs died of late. Who the hell is Steve Jobs? Lick my balls. I cannot recreate the sound of a enemy getting one shot in the mouth. What's the term? What's the term of the glasses use? Yeah, it just says instantly kill. I was figuring it would be something in the vein of collapse, but different since collapse already is a thing, but no. It just is instantly killed. No need for fancy flavor here. You're getting technical. And I think that, assuming those two still give crit chance, because I'm pretty sure there was a point in time where one of them or both of them didn't, after the Secret of the Storm launch. But I'm pretty sure they do again right now. I've not been hearing any more talk about how them not giving crit chance, and I'm starting to wonder. Oh yes, the Deus Ex Machina. I'm gonna do some unspeakable things with that. Assuming I can actually land a parry. You see, I am not a good player. For a second I tabbed out and thought that my game wasn't properly centered on the screen. Yeah, I don't see a reason why not to grab that at this point. Officer, I swear, I just prayed at them. I might toss my one white scrap into that, just since I still have no bleed at all, and it help me. Chest, drone the turret, I do not care to look, so 4 chests. No, it is 5 chests. Just like, I'm just gonna float over right into the blender. And some rusty jobs too. You're telling me this loot loves multiple people? Let me check that. I'm pretty sure I got the Chance Shrine over here. Yeah, Okay, I cleaned it. Okay, so first stop is Soup Island to see about the reds and whites, and then we head up and curb stomp Mithrix for his lunch money, and then we're off to kill the crab. And also we've got a lockbox something to look out for, and a shipping request form. So let's take our time here. Six isn't anything better. Let's just see if there's anything better. Okay, not better. Do you have any weapons available? I don't see any red items I was thinking, there's actually a position that I can throw something off the ledge. I like those more than the repulsion plates, just since being Seeker, I benefit very greatly from the max HP. As I mentioned, a bonus point would be to Eclipse Zero's scaling off of my max health as well. I do have shipping questions, right? So I can have two of them. This was not justice. If this was justice, he would have given me the Ghost Tome and been funny about the fact that it was worthless. I know I'm not the greatest impressionist, but I like to think I can at least get a chuckle out of someone other than myself. Let's check it. is very nice. I really wish I'd known that I wasn't going to find a red item suit here, so I could have just put it to use on more shurikens. Like at this point it doesn't really matter, but it's very funny to imagine even more shurikens. I was planning to Deus Ex Machina him, but clearly he had other ideas, namely getting out. He does not want to see my face ever again. Titanfall 2 Tone Core. Yeah, fun fact, Seeker's Tornado can do the Mithrix skip like Kiaro's band does. I have no idea if Mithrix is also in range of the Kiaro's band, but it's really funny either way. Apologies, officer, I'm driving drunk. Body void, then we go. It's got Deus Ex Machina no window there. On the other hand, Voidling's dead, so who really missed that? Yes, Jellyfish, you just watched me kill that thing, and I am definitely the right target to attack immediately after. This wonderful planning. Officer, I swear, I just prayed at them defensively. just go to my logbook and confirm that I believe I now have all items. Oh, no, I've not picked up the lunar weight yet. Mithrix's barbell. Anyways, I'm gonna go make dinner for the family now. Do have a wonderful night, everybody. I hope you enjoyed.